Hey, Jillian, this is Kulu, and you're live with Don Juan and myself on the show. Jillian Hanesworth, Emmy nominated poet. Jillian, man, you have done so much over the last 2 years since COVID. Why don't you tell the fans a little bit about your journey, about how you started um, doing this poetry first, and then we're going to get in a little bit about what you're doing currently now.
Yeah, well, I've been writing since I was like 7. I've been writing since I was a kid, and I was born and raised right here in Buffalo on the east side. Um, but I always I always enjoyed writing poetry. I always enjoyed expressing myself that way. When I graduated from college, I went to Fredonia, the class of 2014. But when I graduated from college, I don't know, I guess I needed a way to cope with what was happening in the world. And I started writing poetry again. And I wrote a poem and posted it on Facebook. And somebody from UB reached out and they asked me to perform that poem at their Black History Month ceremony. So, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Now 514, we all know what happened at 514 at the Tops Market. A very devastating thing that happened. We saw the support from the entire community, the city of Buffalo. Um, but your Choose Love poem went crazy. It went crazy. And now there's a Choose Love mural in Top as well. Tell us about how you got into doing that in that very tragic time. What motivated you to do so?
Yeah, well, prior to May 14th, I had been trying to like work with the bills. And, you know, it's really hard when you are just starting up to like get into certain spaces, go into certain rooms. May 14th happened, and I think everybody turned their attention to how to help the community, whether it's providing things that people may need or it's literally helping the community heal. Um, and the Bills were doing the same. So the organization contacted me and they were like, we want to really do something to honor the family members of those whose lives were stolen on May 14th, and we want you a part of it. I already knew that they had the Choose Love shirts, and like the theme, not the shirts yet, but just the theme. Like the league was kind of moving toward this like in racism, choose love thing. And I really wanted to put that into action. So yeah, we wrote Choose Love, and it premiered at the home opener against the Titans, where we blew the Titans out. Like,
Let's
we
go.
made the Titans look like a little league team. So that was really fun to be there with the families and share that video with the community. And now that video is nominated for a New York Emmy. So now we're just waiting to see if we're going to bring it home.
Yeah. And we definitely gonna do that. Let's definitely do that. So, also, Jillian, you're also responsible for when I first started hearing about you, sister, you were also responsible for getting those library boxes in the neighborhoods put out. Tell us about that.
Yeah.
How did that come about?
Well, during COVID, when everything shut down, I was bored, so I would walk around the community I lived in. I lived in the Upper West Side at the time, and one of the things that I enjoyed the most was maybe once a week or so, maybe twice, I would stop by this little library box and I would look at the books. There was always a lot of books because, everybody was stuck at home. So we were all binging our closets and our libraries and everything. So I got to read a lot of books during that time. And I just started thinking about as like myself as a child and what I had access to. I didn't live near a library, so the only time I could get books was either when I went to school or when I could get bus fare to take the bus to the library. So I was like, I really wish we had something like this where we can bring books that are culturally relevant, that have characters that look like these kids directly into the community. We can help boost their literacy rates um, for students on the east side. So I started a GoFundMe, and I was trying to raise money. And one day I actually got in my car. I was leaving work, and I started getting notifications that everybody was getting their donations back. And I didn't have a lot of money raised, but I had a lot of donations. And again, at the time, we're in a pandemic. People don't have to give their money for something like this, but they did. So I was so discouraged, and I was like, okay, maybe that's a sign that I should do this. And then the next day, someone from Key Bank contacted me, and they were like, we came across your GoFundMe and we want to fund it. So I got to build 10 library boxes and get some national attention on this project. So now I'm up to almost 40 library boxes around the east side. I'm working right now to try to work with Buffalo Public Schools to get some placed outside of schools. And then I also give books away, brand new books. I run pop-up bookstores. That's what I did on May 14th. Right outside of Tops for the 1-year anniversary, I ran a pop-up bookstore and gave community members books written by people who really understand the plight of the people who come from these communities.
Absolutely amazing.
That
What a
is beautiful.
amazing story. I mean, and this Choose Love that you did, it's Emmy nominated. Emmy nominated. Bills fan.
Yeah.
We have an Emmy nominated poet in the city of Buffalo. Make sure you follow Jillian Hanesworth ASAP. Jillian, throw out your Instagram and your Twitter and your Facebook as well for our listeners.
Yeah. My Facebook is Poet Jillian Hanesworth. My Instagram is the same as Poet_Jillian_Hanesworth. If you are in this area, Western New York, and you start typing poet into your search engine, my name should pop up. And then my Instagram is SocJustice_Poet. So that's SOC Justice_Poet.
That's
Now,
great.
now, Jillian, we're gonna talk about what you got going right now.
Real quick,
Okay.
my brother. Let me jump in one time. How you doing, Jillian? This is Don Juan from Buffalo Against the World. I just got a few questions as
I'm
well.
good. How you doing?
Good. Thank you so much for being on our show. I just wanted to real quick talk about that video, right? So we see that you linked up there with DJ Gus, another Buffalo Legend cinematographer. And I've been a fan of Mr. Gus for a while. He's worked with a lot of my friends, local artists.
Yeah.
So just talk to us about how the two of you linked up, because I want to say, when I seen that video, it was one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen. And that is not a joke. That I'm not trying to be facetious in any way. It is sincerely one of the best things I've seen, because it really touched on the emotions of the city of Buffalo, and it really captivated the grit and the toughness and the wherewithal that the city goes through. So just talk to us about how you linked up with Gus, and some of the formats that you guys use for the cinematography in the video.
Yeah, so for those who don't know Gus, he's like you said, amazing cinematographer. He's from the east side of Buffalo. He lives in LA now. So while all these things were happening in Buffalo, the snowstorm, May 14th, the season itself and all the things that came with that season, Gus was in LA. He was working. So he really felt passionate about trying to do a project that would speak directly to his own community. So he pitched the idea, and I had no idea. I didn't know that he was trying to make a video, that he was going to include me. Gus and I are Facebook friends, but we don't really know each other. We had never even met in person. And then I got an email from him. I got a text message from him, basically introducing himself and saying that he wanted to set up a meeting with me and his team at NFL Network. So we met, and Gus really gave me his vision. He wanted to create something that kind of gave a timeline of the year and a half that we had here in Buffalo, and really spoke to the resilience of the community. We wanted to speak to the resilience without like glorifying the resilience, because some of the things that happened should not have happened in the first place.
Correct. Yeah.
So they tasked me with trying to write something. They gave me some time, and still here is what I came up with. The visuals that you see, that's Gus. He really laid it out. It was important to both of us that we highlight the neighborhoods that we're from. These are also neighborhoods that you don't often see when you see like Bill's content. So I thought that was really cool. We're able to bring something back into our own community, and it was amazing. We got so many people to be involved. They didn't even know the full vision. They didn't know like the full scope of what they were doing. They were just saying yes because they really rock with Gus or they really care about me. And we think it really did a good job at like embodying the spirit of Buffalo, of the city of Buffalo, of the people in the communities we highlighted. And yeah, I'm real proud of it. I'm real proud of it.
Yeah, it was definitely one of the most, it stirs emotion as well. If you're from the city of Buffalo, you understand that video. You may not, those across the world who see it, may understand to a certain degree, but if unless you're from the city, you really don't know what that video really means. And I thought you guys captured our city, very, very well. And I commend you guys and I applaud you guys. Very well done.
Thank you. That was really important to both of us. So all we cared about was how people from Buffalo would feel about it. And so far we've been getting just amazing reception from everybody. So, I'm just proud to make things that people from my own city really see themselves in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you definitely made us proud. Like, I'm looking at my man Don Juan across from me, man. My man about to cry over here, y'all.
Now it's tough. Listen, because last year our city got hit hard, man.
Yeah.
We had the incident at Tops. 37 people died, in that second storm. Even the Thanksgiving storm was bad. We had some real tough times last year. Even our Bills had a tough time. It was pretty rocky, man. But that video really captivated the strength of us as a people and us coming on the other side of that. So well done.
Well done, Jillian. Jillian,
Absolutely.
so now that you're part of the Buffalo Against the World family, why don't you throw out some shout outs out there? We know you're a very busy woman, and let the fans know what you got coming in the near future.
Yeah, so right now I'm working on an event with a few writers. Shout out to Mark Talley. He actually lost his mom on May 14th during the attack at Tops, and then created an organization called Agents for Advocacy. And he's really just been out here grinding like nonstop since the shooting. So he actually put this event together. It's going to be at Johnny B. Wiley on the 7th. It's going to be a bunch of different authors and writers from around the community. So I'll be there with some books, and I'll also be doing a pop-up bookstore there. I'll be having an event on the 21st of October. It'll be a performance, like a show, an unplugged show. I'll be putting more information about that up soon on my Instagram, so people should follow so they can come. It's going to be a limited amount of tickets, 50 tickets. So those who want to come, you got to get in there. There's also the Buffalo History Channel. Their season premieres on October 1st, and I'll be on that episode. So shout out to Doug Ruffin, who runs the Buffalo History Channel. He doesn't even live in Buffalo anymore, but he comes back constantly. He keeps his finger on the pulse of everything that's happening, and he really archives a lot of what happens in the city. So shout out to him. Make sure you tune into his show. Premieres October 1st.
Jillian, we so greatly appreciate you taking the time to join us on the Buffalo Against the World show. and we look forward to having you live. You know, we're going to be doing some other events soon. We appreciated meeting you. I appreciated meeting you over at Stevie Johnson in the Built in Buffalo event, the book bag
Yeah,
giveaway, and we family for not for life now. So keep on the
yeah,
struggle, keep
definitely.
doing what you're doing.
Likewise.
Yep.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you,
so
sis.
much.
One
All
love
right.
to you.
All right, have a good one.
You too.
You know, right here on the Buffalo Against the World show, we want to make sure every as much as we can highlight these businesses, these individuals doing powerful things in our community. And Jillian Hanesworth, if you don't know who she is, you need to get to know Miss Jillian Hanesworth. She did the Choose Love, which is Emmy nominated. So if there's any way that we can vote, please go vote so she can win that in October. Also, she did the Still Here for NFL Network with DJ Gus. So shout out to her, all the work that she's doing. Amazing stuff, man. Man, we just got some amazingly talented people out here in Buffalo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, and I really appreciated that. It was it was something good that I think can uplift us.